This bag just dropped today and I am so super excited about it. This is affectionately the LocTote Mini, officially the Anti-Theft Sack. And you can see I have my LocTote family in front of me. So I have the LocTote Original and then I have the Sport. But I am so excited about this bag for a few reasons. The first is I love this color. I just think it's fun and it's just the right amount of blue, and it's not like obnoxious, it's still like subtle. It's not super bright, it's just, I love the color. The second thing is it's such a much needed size in the LocTote sort of arsenal, right? Because you have the backpack size, but some days you don't have the backpack stuff to carry. So I put in here everything that I consider to be like essential that I might carry in a purse. And I'm really pleasantly surprised, hopefully you're seeing that, at how much this little thing can hold. And it actually made me rethink, like maybe I should just be carrying this instead of my giant purses. But here's what I have in there. I have a hard-sided sunglasses case. I have a ridiculously large, it's actually a fly fishing wallet that I use to hold like Starbucks gift cards and all my kinds of gift cards. My giant clunky set of keys. And then I have in here like chapstick and Advil and Tylenol, all that kind of stuff. And that's it for the main compartment. I'm going to turn it inside out so you guys can see all the other features. So if you're not familiar with the LocTote brand, I'm going to give you the sort of quick and dirty overview. The first is that it's cut resistant. The material, meaning that, and I say resistant because somebody out there is going to find a way to cut it. So I don't want to say it's completely cut proof, but it's very cut resistant. So it's a highly secured anti-theft bag. And then these pockets are RFID secured, meaning I can take this, which is all the credit cards that I used, and my license and all that kind of stuff, and my debit card, put it in here, and it can't be stolen in the way that those contactless thieves can kind of rip off your information from just the credit card. So they have this. And then also notice, I'm going to pull this out so I can sort of show you the other features of the bag. Also notice that this is sort of that nylon material. So this is also very water resistant. So your things like your phone and all that good stuff, even if you're caught out in the rain, it's really not going to hurt your bag at all. This zipper shut for additional security, especially if you're not pulling the top completely cinched, so no sticky fingers can get in there. And then this is a key fob if you wanted to hang your keys and keep the interior of this pouch more organized. So the idea behind this compact size LocTote is that you can tuck this into your luggage or your larger bag, and when you arrive at your travel destination, you will have this to keep your things secure. So I love it as just like a travel bag, but I also really see myself kind of carrying it just sort of out and about. Let me turn it right side out. So it actually works really well like this, like as a wristlet, for all you ladies out there. And I asked my husband, would you carry this just like by itself as a bag? And he started laughing at me and he said, I for sure would never carry it as a wristlet. So I want to say that, but he said I would carry it just sort of like this, just like top handle, holding it like this. And I asked him, like, you know, as a guy, sort of how would you use this pouch? And he said, like, if I go down to play basketball and he just carries like wallet, phone, keys, that's it, and he doesn't want to carry anything else, he said he would take this bag and hook it to the chain link fence at the courts. And I was like, oh, that's a really smart use. And then he said also if he like locked up his bike, that he would, you know, obviously lock the bike to the rack so the bike itself is secure, that he would lock this onto his bike while he was like playing sports or running or football, whatever he was doing. And I was like, oh, that's a really smart use. And then of course there's obviously like if I'm gonna go to the beach and I tuck this into like a suitcase and I'm going to Hawaii or something, so I bring this thing to the beach, I just need to find something to wrap this thing around, and then all my things are secure so I can actually go in the water. And if this is your first time sort of getting familiar with LocTote, I'm going to show you what makes LocTote LocTote. So I touched on a couple of the biggies, which are water resistant, cut proof, this material here. And when you first get the bag, you'll notice obviously that there's sort of this giant lock, And you can feel in here that there are these grommets, and I'm sort of showing you where they are just within the cinch on the top. And what you do, this is what makes LocTote, is you pull the straps until you see this grommet, and then you do the other one too. There's one on both sides. And I do want to say, this bag is fairly new to me. I've had it for a couple of weeks. I haven't had a chance to break it in the way I have with my LocTote Original and my LocTote Sport. This is much easier to get these grommets to expose than these other bags. So for anybody that struggled with that in the past, it's very, very easy to do. And the other thing I want to tell you, so that's part one of securing your bag. Part two is locking it up. So when you first get it, the code that it comes with is 000, and you set the 00 so it lines up on this line on the front of the lock, and then it opens right up. And so this is what makes LocTote. So you take this thing and you wrap it around something. So if it was a chain link fence, if you were playing basketball, or if it was you've secured your bike to the lock, but now you want to secure this. So you wrap this thing around, and you have here this O-ring. You take this part of the lock. Actually, I'm going to do it this way because I think it's a little easier to do it first. Take this part of the lock and shove it through both of these grommets. Take this leash, wrap it around whatever it is you're going to secure the bag to, and then you take the O-ring, is the third and final piece. So now it's gone through grommet, O-ring. You take the lock, you turn the number so it's no longer set to 000, and this thing cannot be cut off. This hole here is so small, all I can get is my index finger. You're not going to be able to get anything out of this bag, and your stuff is secure, and it holds a surprising amount of stuff. Recall that I have a fat wallet, a skinny wallet, my like de facto cosmetic case, and my keys all fit in this bag. And so this is the heart of LocTote, is that live more, worry less. Don't worry about your stuff getting stolen. Go out, have fun, lock it down, and know that it's going to be there when you get back. The other thing that I see myself really using this for is I really don't like hotel safes. I feel like a lot of times I've forgotten my code. I've gone to the front desk and I've said, hey, I forgot my code. Can you unlock the safe for me? And they're like, no problem. So if everyone that works at the hotel can unlock my safe, I'm not comfortable. So I much prefer to keep jewelry, things that I'm not going to be traveling with, in the hotel. I actually used to put it in my giant LocTote and then lock the LocTote to something in the room. And I just felt much more comfortable having my things secured in that way. So that's another use of that. But otherwise, I'm really excited about this little thing. This is the LocTote Anti-Theft Sack. It drops today. If you get it, let me know what you think of it. The link is down below. Thank you so much for watching.